Hello? Hello? Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Hello, hi hi hi. It is I, the Gatsuno, back at it again with another stream. A little out of schedule today, since today is not the usual day we would go live. Normally we would go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I was feeling maybe I could do a little something extra today, you know? You know? Well, but yeah, how is everyone doing? Let's take a look at chat over here. Gun drop, congratulations on getting first. Thank you for the check-in and petting the cats. I am so sorry that the bots did not work. This thing is very bad sometimes. Fenris, congrats on the check-in. Navi, congrats on the check-in. How are you all doing? We are we are so back. We are so back, everyone. Today we are gonna be keep going at our endeavors with create. Yes, create. I want to try to do a biodiesel farm, a biodiesel machine, a biodiesel production facility. Uh, just the skeleton of the building, of course. I don't really have any plans other than that, which should be relatively easy. Should be relatively easy. I hope. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Um, First of all, I just wanted to show as well this amazing arts that Fallow did for me. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's uh yeah, hi. This amazing arts that Fallow did to me for an upcoming SMP I'm joining. Aeronautics SMP. Oh yeah, the Chameleon system. I don't know. Just now I saw the notifications. Thank you for the check-in. How are you doing? An upcoming SMP that I'm joining, which is the Aeronautics SMP. It's a Create Aeronautics based SMP, and the kitty cat is gonna take off. We are gonna take off in more ways than one. We're gonna take off in an airplane, in an airship. My Twitch channel is gonna take off as well. I mean, I don't know. That's mainly a silly comment. Hello, bird. How you doing? For the cat in the sky. Look, why don't I move us to the game screen, and let's see what we can do today. Albi should launch Gachun into space. The evil Albi who is sending everyone to space. You should send me to space and uh give Liminal Stuno some nice head pets. That I think that's what you should do. So hello everyone. We are back with our little test world over here. Dragon Gatsuno. I mean, that could be a fun thing for one day. I don't know how I would make this fella into a dragon, but when you consider that this guy is technically a chimera, he could borrow a few dragon parts here and there, you know? Maybe some dragon wings one of these days. We should send Luminous to space. God, that would be horrible. Going from a place with no space to a place with too much space. Tuna, Puddle Shine, hello! How you doing? Dragons are just cats with wings? True. That is true. I had a funny thought the other hour that this guy, imagine if this guy had wings, but he doesn't use the wings because he wants to take part in the process of creation. This is the process of creation, everybody. So in between strings, I did a few prototypes of airplanes, as y'all can see over here. These are a series of airplanes that I've been calling the Roaring Lion. Roaring Lion. Because let me tell you something, these fellas are loud. This was my first prototype. I was kind of trying to do a. Just trying to see how the sales worked. So it's nothing too fancy, nothing too out of the ordinary. And over here we have the Roaring Feline Mark 1. As you can see, the wings span very wide. It has a very interesting flap system back here, with a Brazilian flag included, of course. The mouse cursor. Yes, it does look like a mouse cursor, doesn't it? Um, it runs on a throttle system that turns on this thing over here, and the fuel tank is right on the front, which makes it look pretty hectic. So that's why I later developed the Roaring Lion Mark II. The Mark II has a lot more structural stability, which also makes it very tricky to balance the weights. You can see that the wings span far and wide, but they're not that better than the previous one. This one cannot take off, but it was the basis for that one over there. You can see that the fuel tank is on the back. The system back here is pretty much the same, and the engine on the front is a lot more compact, which in turn leads us to the Roaring Lion Mark III, which is the current and last iteration of the airplanes that I did, which does fly. It can get off the ground. It is very airplane shaped. It has that airplane vibe to it, doesn't it? Did you figure out the turning thing? I kinda did. I kinda did, yes. Would y'all like to see the Roaring Lion take off? It's pretty chunky at the front, but I guess that's what you expect when you try to fit the engine backwards. And then I discovered that there is a fluids tank that can go on its side. So this is where the fuel tank sits now. Uh, Let me show you how this works. Let me show you how this works. So we can manually insert the fuel into the engine if we crank this thing up. And this is how you're gonna realize why the name of this thing is the Roaring Lion. It's pretty damn loud. It's pretty loud. So after we give it a little more fuel, let's make it go a little bit more into the tank. We can check how many fuel we have. Okay, we have just enough to take off. We are gonna pull the throttle until it's on the way to 3, and it goes pretty fast. You can see that it already is taking off without we doing anything, but it allows us to do some pretty cool maneuvers around here and there, there and here. So we can just go around and we can fly. It turns around very nicely, very smoothly. Webb, thank you for the check-in. How you doing? It flies pretty nicely. I really like this one. Look at how nice it goes. It goes and it looks pretty cool from afar. This is a pretty mid-game, I wanna say, airplane, which is kind of where I wanna be doing the airplanes anyways. I'm not seeing myself making the airplanes on the first day of the server or anything like that. It turns pretty well, and landing is basically that. You have to turn off the engine and hope for the best. Let us take the fuel out of the engine so we're not wasting fuel. There we go. And let's just bring this back to the place it belongs. Right with the other airplanes. Ooh, airplane. Yeah, pretty cool airplane, don't you agree, Chris? Welcome to the stream. Uh, Let me just carefully settle it down. Hello, Jojo. First time chatter, welcome in, welcome in. And Web, thank you for the check-in. I think I already said that, but have you watched Jojo? Um, I did watch part one. Um, why you ask? I mean, it's a good anime. It's just not my thing. Okay, so this is how we're looking so far. And today, chat, I want to try to figure out a way to mass produce biodiesel. Okay, I want to mass produce biodiesel. Uh, why biodiesel? Because it's pretty cool. I really like biodiesel. Biodiesel is one of the things that Brazil mostly produces, fuel-wise. Go at Jojo. This feels like we're going through a random encounter right now. What is this? What is this right now? So first course of action will be to clear my inventory, and we are gonna be getting the engineered goggles, so we can get started on this thing. Mass-produced biodiesel sounds like Cars 2. I mean, yeah, I think in Cars 2 they were trying to do ethanol instead of a biodiesel. I think it was ethanol. Might be one of the two. Except, we're not a big evil oil corporation trying to, you know, uh, make so everyone goes back to oil so it can profits a lot. It's made with sugarcane, exactly. So let me show y'all. Go read Warhammer: The Horus Heresy. Warhammer is a pretty good franchise. I know basically nothing about it. I'm a big poser. I'm not gonna lie. So for to make biodiesel, we need two things. We need to mix plant oil with ethanol. We need about 100 liters, I wanna say. No, not 100 liters. Whatever the B is supposed to mean. To make ethanol, we need to do the basing stuff. We need to get either an apple, a potato, sugar cane, or just a little bit of sugar with bone meal in order to make ethanol. And the other part of the process is that we need plant oil. To make plant oil, we just need to compact any type of seed. So realistically speaking, we only need 2 to 3 farms to do this. We need one farm to produce the seeds, one farm to make sugarcane, because it's more reliable than apples, and one farm to get bone meal, because I'm not too sure of the other ways we could possibly get bone meal in this mod pack. By mod pack I mean this mod. Uh, bone meal. We can get it from, yeah, calcite. Calcite. There's a 75% chance of every time you break calcite, it will give you bone meal. Is there a way to make calcite in this mod? Because I know that some of these blocks are craftable using create. You can make you cannot make calcites apparently. You can only craft stuff with it. Which is pretty boring, not gonna lie. Stone cutter. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So theoretically speaking, we will need we will need a skeleton farm. We will need also the other two plants that we said. But where the hell? I always confuse my buttons. Cannot press buttons correctly for the life of me. What's the difference between diesel and biodiesel? So I'm pretty certain that diesel is a product of heating up uh crude oil, I think. Yeah. See, when you superheat crude oil, it generates two things. It makes gasoline, which is a lot more refined than diesel, and the diesel, which is a lot more crude compared to the gasoline. The core difference between the two is that one is more volatile in a sense of when you throw diesel uh, in an engine, it's gonna combust a lot more than regular gasoline. But biodiesel, it's basically the same potency as diesel, but instead of going through the process of making crude oil, you extract it from natural resources such as sugarcane, which is what we mostly use uh, in Brazil. We'd have so much biodiesel. Essentially, I think that's the best way I can put it. Oh yeah, and of course, biodiesel is less pollutant. Biodiesel is a lot less pollutant than uh regular diesel, not only because its fabrication is a lot more clean, but because it also burns less into the atmosphere. I'm pretty certain. We're having a chemistry lesson here. Yeah, I know a thing or two sometimes. Sometimes I can tell a thing or two about, how these things work. No, I'm trying to figure out how to make diesel. I forgot. Give me diesel. We need to make ethanol. Um, there we go. Why did it come here again? Is this why I can't put diesel in a regular car? Yes. If you put diesel in a regular car, you're gonna destroy your engine because the reaction is a lot more explosive, and the regular engine could not handle all of the diesel. That's literally how I can tell you. That's literally how it works, basically speaking. So let's get started. So we're gonna need two regular, like let's say a farm over here, and no, I think it can be on this level. Yes, it can be on this level. And then a farm over here, one of which is gonna be producing, let's say, wheat, and the other farm is gonna be producing sugarcane, right? So that's why heavy vehicles use diesel instead of gas. Exactly. Precisely. Precisely. That is why. See, chats, Gatuno is also chemistry sometimes. I actually really liked chemistry when I was younger, but I was pretty bad at it. Given I was not the smartest, I was not the sharpest tool in the shed, okay? So let's get some regular sails because we're gonna need them to make the windmill that's gonna be powering all of this thing. Say something like this should be a good amount to start. Yep, that should be good. Let's see if it's gonna rotate. Oh, we forgot to glue everything together, of course. Of course, I'm silly. Let's glue everything together. And now we should be able to start rotating. Yes, okay. What's gonna be happening right now is we are gonna have the harvesters over here. Uh, do they need to be attached to a wall? Yes, they need to be attached to a wall. So to make this look kind of pretty, let's do oak stairs on the other side. Pop, 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 pop. I don't know how much sugarcane we're gonna be needing, but I reckon this is a good enough size to start. I'm gonna have to break the bearing real quick. Let's do slash sill dirt in 5 range, maybe. Yeah, that seems about right. At least 5 sugarcane. Yeah, at least 5 sugarcane. Let's do the same thing on this side over here real quick. This is again, this might not be how the final results of the farm will look like because I want to make this also look pretty. And I don't know if I will show the looking pretty parts. Maybe I'll just show the mechanical parts and the looking pretty parts gonna be saved for when the SMP actually starts. So I can actually have something that I haven't shown on stream to show to people. Because right now, figuring stuff out for the SMP is pretty cool. But at the same time, where's the surprise factor? You people that are watching the stream right now basically know the majority of my plans. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What does the JoJo person think? What does the JoJo person think? Do they even think? Wait, am I doing this right? Oh, I did this right. So don't reveal all your secrets, boss. I'm trying, but you have to consider that I like to reveal all of my secrets. You know, sometimes revealing my secrets is fun. Okay, I need to figure out a direction for this. Yeah, this one. Okay, yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. One over here. I don't know if this is a bit overkill on the amount of sugar cane we're farming, but better. I don't know. We can probably do something with the excess if we produce a lot more than we end up using. Who knows? Maybe we can open a paper store or something like that. What can you even do with sugarcane over here? What can you even do with sugarcane? You can do paper, you can do sugar, you can do more sugar. Would you want to harvest it at the base? Yes, because I'm pretty certain it replants. But now you got me intrigued because I cannot remember. I'm pretty certain it replants, but I cannot remember right now. So we're gonna test that real quick. I'm pretty certain it replants, but I might be wrong. Oops. Forgot to glue these guys in. Never mind, it does not replant. Good catch. I would not have remembered that at all. Good catch. I would not have taken notice of that at all. So this should be better. No, because at this point, like, because we're gonna have the base sugarcane, I'm pretty certain the top ones will, you know. Oh, but why is it not collecting it though? Why is it not collecting it though? Maybe let us let us add a chest on the tip instead of on the side. Let's say, uh, where's my water bucket? Water. Next logical step would be here, so it's plenty there. I've seen tree farms with plenty to it, so maybe specific module you need. I'm not too sure. I know that the tree farms you do need the deployers on the back doing all of the planting. That's because they are usually, they can't for plants, but in this case, we're gonna have the bottom of the farm still running, like still growing and stuff. So I think it should be fine. Like, we'll just make the sugarcane move with the farm. That would be stupid. Okay, it doesn't. However, I forgot to glue the chest, so I'm also silly. Uh, and I don't need these fellas over here. So, yeah. Now let's say, oh, there's some sugarcane over here. Now it's collecting all of it. Interesting. Okay, so it always resets to that point, so that's good. Uh, over here, over here. Because, like, the bottom of the farm is still gonna be there, so there's no reason for it to uh, be replanting, right? If that makes any sense. See, that's the whole sugarcane farm, probably. Magic to you, that's fair. So let's do a game rule, random tick speed, 100. Are they not gonna grow? Is it because game rule? Oh, they are growing. Damn, that's slow. Okay, now they're growing. So now, theoretically speaking, it should be good. Yeah, yeah. See? That's pretty good. Now let's get the tick speed back to 3 and stop the farm. It does lose a handful, like maybe one or two sugarcane, but that's good. That's pretty good. Okay, so okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Checking my notes real quick. Checking my notes. All right. So over here we're gonna have a smart. No. Wait, a smartphone? I forgot that we have some silly mods on this thing. A smartphone. And I thought this was supposed to be kinda steampunky. Low key over simulating going to hunt into a hole. Have fun. Take care. Maybe we'll be here when you're back. If you're back, of course. Take your time. Whoa. So many cool options to decorate with. Anyone, anyone wanna play? Anyone wanna play some pool? Yeah, petting the hobby gently. Petting the hobby gently. Giving it a little nice snack. So let's move this one a couple of blocks far from it. And I think what we're looking for is, yep, a portable storage interface. We want to have one of these over here. And by over here, I mean over here. Yeah. I think this is how this works again. But it could just spawn there real quick to take a look. Congratulations, Fenris. I'm petting that cat. So it does need a 1 block gap between them. Sure. That's good information. 109 times. Awesome. So let's. No, yeah, this should be good. Yeah. I am perhaps here too much. Fenris, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. You are the person in my Twitch channel. You're the one. You're the person with the most watch time out of all people. Following close behind you is Albi and Puddleshine. Yep. So I don't know. Maybe I should come. Maybe I should come here more often. You know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should stick around more often. 'Cause I see. Okay. This is very tricky. Wait, how close are Albi and Puddles? Uh, between you and Albi, there's a 300 minutes difference, and between you and Puddleshine, there is a 1,000 minutes difference. Hello, Sensei. Straight up creating it. You can bet I am. You better bet I am. I should probably move this thing upwards one. But then, no, because if I do it this way, I'm saving some working space. Yeah, you're a whole 5 hours ahead of people. Make sure to give them a kiss. Uh, can I do it this way? Because then if I can, I'm saving a lot of space. How you doing today, Sensei? Okay, maybe I can't. Yeah, I can do it this way. Then I can save a little bit of you know, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit of paper. Oops. There we go. That's better. Screw this. No, I think I want to keep it this way. Cause like, um, now we should break the bearing real quick. Cause then we're gonna have the circle of dirt. Oops. Yeah, this one's supposed to be correct. And then you can just put water in the corners. Now here's the question, chat. What should we grow? Should we grow wheat? Should we grow rice? I think we I think we can grow wheat. We could also grow rice, cabbages, tomatoes. I think we grow wheat, right? I think that would be nice. Though I think this thing would need a little bit more space. So yeah, ignore everything we just built. We're gonna have to build it again. But that little bit of space, it's probably the easiest to get. True, true. Um, there is something I'm trying to think about, chat. Because when the smart storage interface, there's a printer, there's the intersex flag, there's an actual printer. What the hell? Create enchantment industry. I have not played with this mod before. This is a printer. Before you use it, set the item to print via the item filter slot. And you pass the corresponding fluids. Okay. Copying a written book. Changing package pattern. Mm. Duplicating enchanted book. Can also name items, copy train schedules. Damn, this is so cool. What the hell? That's actually really neat. Huh. I'm trying to think about this one, chat, because the thing is, uh, I don't want every little bit of wheat to go out of the portable storage interface. So I'm trying to figure out how to uh what's the word? I'm trying to figure out a way to not make so every little bit of wheat goes out of the system, right? So hear me out. You're gonna have two belts running parallel over here. And that's why I should probably move this thing a little bit to the side, but that's okay. Let's say maybe move it 3 blocks. There we go. Then we're gonna have to bucks. Let me just floor. Bro, thank you. Alright. Gun drop! Gun drop! Thank you for the hydration check. Thank you for the posture check. You're awesome. Oh, okay. You're so beloved. Did you know that? Everyone should love you forever. Okay, so this may be a little bit silly. Let's do the dirt again. And let's do the water again. And then we should probably I should probably do this be farmland instead, right? So slash replace near, say, a 6 block radius. Dirt becomes farmland. Yes. Historical facts. You caught me in a bad time. I don't know if I have a good historical facts on my back pockets for now. Uh, Let me check my little list in a second. I don't know if I have a good one in my back pockets. I don't know if I have a fact semi-related to the finger work, you know. Um, Brazil is the world's largest producer of sugarcane. Yeah, Brazil. Uh, I'm trying to remember since when, because I studied this in college. But we are the biggest producers of sugarcane in the entire world. There's so much of it. I can't exactly tell when we became the biggest producers of sugarcane in the world, but if I had to guess, I would say that it was when the Portuguese 400 years ago started planting sugarcane here, and ever since we have never stopped. I'm pretty certain that's the one date I can give you about this. The one historical fact for today. Does that cover it? Does that cover it? I hope that covers it. I really hope that covers it. Whoa. Well, I can just kind of want it should. I don't want it to be on the ground. You know, kind of want it to be a little bit higher, so they can kind of go the same way. That would be pretty cool. Yes. Love your facts and knowledge. Thank you. You cut it off guard, Gundrop. Yeah, Gundrop did caught me off get me off guard. Yes. Not really on my brightest moments for now. If anything, I'm feeling pretty dozed off. I mean, you love catching me off guard when you can catch me off guard, right, sir? Most of the time, I'm the one getting you off guard. So this is my idea, chat. To make so uh we can split off the seeds, so some seed comes back to the farm, and the farm doesn't run out of seed to uh plant shit, plant stuff, right? I cannot be saying swear words. I cannot be saying swear words like that. Actually, I can. Who's gonna stop me? The fun police? The farm is gonna deposit all of the wheat and seeds over here. They're gonna go down into this brass funnel, and some of the seeds gonna come back this way. You know, some seeds gonna come back this way. Some of it's gonna keep going forward into the refinery. Teto time. Sure, finally we're breaking the lo-fi streak. We've been listening to nothing but lo-fi for the and relaxing music like this for the past three streams. And honestly, I don't mind it. Alright, so Yeah, that should cover it. Now, I feel like this is gonna be a little bit of an issue where how's what's the furthest distance away you can go? Around here is where I want to stop. I want to say yes, 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 yes. Teto time, Teto time, Teto time. I think it's a good volume, right, chat? That probably is a good volume, right? It's not like I need to compete with the song to speak, I guess. But if I needed, I would lose because nothing can compete with Teto. Okay. Let's get an andesite funnel over here. Another andesite funnel over here. Another one over here. Your ears are bad? That's okay. Uh, so this is the beginning of the farm, which is pretty cool. Let's get it started on some wheat. Let's check if everything is glued. I think this is not glued properly. That's okay. Now, if I test it, yes. Good Magikarp gif or emoji. Alright, so this is the beginning of the refinery, which looks odd, but you know, it works. Oh, Sardinia, hello! Oh, look at the emojis. Sardinia, I am messing with creates for very normal reasons. There's nothing new coming out on May 8th, am I right? Nothing coming out on May 8th that we need to worry about, right? No, no, not at all, right? So true, bestie. Hold on. Let me give you a shout out. So hey everyone, Sardinia is one of the participants of the SMP and the person organizing the event. So, go give them some love. They're amazing. They're South American as well. So, if you want to watch more South American creators, that would be very nice of you to check them out. I am figuring out how to do biodiesel because I think that's what I want to make my machines run on, and it's so cool. Like when I saw that diesel generators were gonna be an option, I immediately got hooked into making everything I could work on diesel because it looks just so cool. It's just so nice. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to figure out how to do a biodiesel machine, refinery place thing, type of space. You know? Yeah, like the refinery, it's pretty basic, but it's really cool. I think you need to superheat it in order to make the other stuff. But the biodiesel is really cool to do. Sardinia, I've been playing this thing for the past 4 days straight. Ever since I got a grasp of what the mods were gonna be, I've been playing this thing for 4 hours, 5 hours a day. Please send help. Please send help. But yeah, go. Thank you so much for inviting me to the SMP, first of all. And I really hope I can make some good memories there and meet a lot of cool people and interact with you. Uh, back to figuring out what we were trying to do. Joe, just give me a second. Okay, never mind. Wait. Alright, fellas, back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hi. Let's figure out which one of these two should we produce earlier in the assembly line. I think it would probably be. We could theoretically speaking produce both of them at the same time in the assembly line, but I just want to make sure. So the plant's oil is pretty simple. So the plant's oil is definitely gonna be the first one in line. Hello, Teddy. Thank you for the check-in. How you doing? Fancy seeing you here. So we're gonna be needing a little press. Where's the mechanical press? Mechanical press. Also, I I was not aware of the fact that DecoCraft was gonna be here. What do you mean this mod has over 3,000 decoration options? What do you mean by that? There's so many options. Like I saw there's the Brazilian flag over here. Do I need to say much? Do I need to say much? Do I need to say anything else? I totally didn't put Brazilian flags on the back of my airplanes though. I don't know what you're talking about. No, no, there's no Brazilian flags on the back of my plane. Brasil número Brasil número uno, campeão do mundo. I'm doing homework and now I got 94% on the assignments. Yeah, I'm done for today. Hell yeah. Enjoy your rest, sensei. And there's also pride flags, which is the coolest thing ever. Hold on. Let me get all of my flags over here. All of my flags for you, for you, for you. All of them. For you, for you. Bissexual. There's so many flags over here. Like, it's unreasonable. Sexuality, Brazilian. Exactly. Exactly. You get what I'm talking about, Sardia. There's only one gender and one sexuality, and that one is Brazilian. Of course. Back to machine. I love getting sidetracked. I love sidetracking myself. Okay, so right now we're gonna do the basing over here, and I think yeah, because it's supposed to be liquid. So once we do the plant diesel, the plant oil, I mean, yeah, we'll probably be needing some fluid pipes over here. It's really cool that we have copycat fluid pipes. I'm not sure how I would color these though. Like, I don't know what's good casing called. Casing is wood. I don't think wood would be a good idea to be carrying metals around. What's with iron? Is there anything cool with iron that we could use? There's the industrial iron sheets. These look pretty cool. They're is where's the industrial iron sheet, but it's a little lighter? No? Am I blind? I might be blind. Iron sheet. Yes, there we go. No, let's go with this stone. Yeah, this stone's better. Let's just make a copy of it. And I think 1, 2, 3 should be good enough. Then we're gonna get a tank like this, fluid tank. Let's get it like, I don't know, decently sized tank. Do I need to fill it up? Yeah, there we go. Maybe we could make it go off to the side just for aesthetics and make so there's a bit more uh there's a little bit more space instead of just being a straight assembly line. Not all things straights are cool. Only some things are cool straights. That big should be good. Yeah, that big should be good. I love the fluid tanks. They look so cool. And then over here we're gonna have a press. So where's that press that we saw earlier? Yeah, I can't believe we can't be having straight around here. I feel like there's at least one straight person in the chat right now. I'm under the impression there's at least one straight person in chat right now. Not sure who that is though. I just know there is one. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a copycats bump, so it's gonna have to be, yeah, copper. Let's do the cog. Ain't me. Let's go by elimination process. Oh, just a second, chat. Alright, everyone, I'm back. Sorry, I was doing a little something. Okay, so realistically speaking, we are gonna have some big source of power running everything over here. I'm not sure what that will be, but right now let's do a creative engine or a creative motor just so we can get an idea of how or what stuff would be moving around. Oh, wait, stop, never mind. Ah, yeah. Does anybody know why it's not collecting the sugarcane? Like, what type of bug is this? Because it's just destroying it. It's not collecting it. I don't know if anybody over here is very well versed into creates mod. This is the first time I had this issue happen, like ever, and I don't know why. Uh, it's just really bugging me right now. I don't know why. That's really annoying. Like, hmm, maybe because it's floating? No, that wouldn't make sense. Maybe because there is no storage here? Uh, let's see, like if I do a big one over here now. Uh, it was not I forgot to glue the chest. I'm very good with this. No, glue. Where's the glue? Give me the glue. Okay, let's try this again. Yep, that might have been the issue. Maybe there was just not enough storage units there to. Damn. It's the top block. It's the top block that's not being collected. Mmm. Okay. We found the issue. Now we just need to come up with a solution, which would probably be to just move everything upwards. Like, add another set of harvesters over here. Doesn't really matter if we lose a sale, as long as we have the harvesters working. Over here. And then over here. Yeah, that should be it. Top 10 flags, Brazil. True. Make it spin faster so it doesn't have time to grow 2 blocks tall. That's a pretty good point. But how do we make these things spin faster if we're doing sales? Do we just add more sales? Like, would that be the solution? We just add more sales? Because the thing with sales is I don't think they're supposed to be. I mean, that's a pretty good speed, I guess. Uh, let's try this. Let's try this idea first. Let's try it that way. Forgot to glue this thing together. Alright, so yeah. And then I need to add a filter over here. It's gonna be a item filter. There's so there's so many filters in this. Uh, a list filter for seeds. I want to allow seeds to go in here. No, I should deny weeds from going here. Deny weeds from going here. Deny list. There we go. And now we do a... I need to remember which one of these configurations are. Cadmium colors, cadmium colors. We love cadmium colors in this household. Scream if you love Kazane Teto. Sensei, thank you for petting the cat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Breast, sons from a group. I'm trying to remember which one is the splits one. Yeah, it's gonna distribute it that way. I'm aware of that feature. Uh, distribution behavior, that's what we're looking for. Splits will attempt to distribute stacks evenly between. Yeah, that's what we were looking for. So we keep the splits. And I think we also, let's do instead, we'll deny wheat from going this way. And we'll allow wheat to go this way. But we'll deny it from being picked up from this funnel. So we'll need a breast funnel instead. Which makes this farm a little bit not beginner friendly, but you know. And we'll deny wheat from going inside so we can take the wheat somewhere else to make bread. I think that would be pretty cool to have like we can make bread as a as a side. How do you say the word for like we have an excess of it, so we might as well use a subproduct. A subproduct. Yeah, we can have bread as a subproduct of this farm. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Uh, wheat. I think with wheat we could be making dough. It would be pretty cool to have making bread as a byproduct. Byproduct. I English teacher here, by the way. English teacher here, by the way. I should know this. I should know this. How do we make wheat though? Is there any way we can automate the crafting? Hmm. No. However, we could just straight up make the bread over here. Byproduct. I see what you did there. Don't worry, good to knows good English. I sure hope I do. I spent 2 years of my life mastering this language. Automated shapeless crafting. We could make cookies. Chat, what if we have a cookie factory? What if we have a cookie factory on the side of the refinery? Whoa. We can have cookies. We can have a little cookie factory. And we're already getting sidetracked. Honey and sweet berries. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep this in mind. What cookies can we craft? Oh, there's only three types of cookies? Sweet berry, honey cookie, and regular cookie. Cookie side hustle. We'll, I'll definitely keep that in mind. For now, I think we have sophisticated storage. Do these storages have integration with Create? Does sophisticated storage have integration with Create? Probably, right? I never use it sophisticated storage. Am I missing any dependencies over here? I don't think I've ever tried this before. Let me check my instance because this is not an official mod pack. This is a mod pack that I made up in 5 minutes. I don't seem to have the create integration. So as I don't have create integration. Okay, I don't have the integration right now, so we're gonna stick to create vaults. We will stick with the vaults from create because I guess that's the second best option we have. Like it's gonna we will not need a storage this big to plant to store wheat, but just to make it look cool, I guess. Looking cool is always an excuse, chat. If you're wondering if you're gonna do something, first ask yourself, is what I'm gonna do cool? And if it is cool, then go ahead and do it. I forgot you put the chest back on top of this. Chat, chat, you need to alert me of these things. Like how can you let something like this slip? You know, you need to tell me when I forget stuff like this. My favorite part of streaming, blaming chat for stuff that I committed mistakes about. Alright, so theoretically speaking, everything should be working. Like, sure, it's gonna take a little bit for these to grow, and I could probably use composts uh, to make them grow faster. Right now, I don't think any of the crops have fully grown. Well, one of them did. Let me put this back in place real quick. Try to think, chat. So we want to deny wheat from going forward, and it's only gonna go to this side. But we also want seed to go to this side, so I think the split should be working. If it is working, good. I don't need to touch anything else. And then we also need sugarcane. Could we just... Can't we save a little bit of space if we do this? Like, where's my wins? I already had one in my inventory. What am I doing? Let's do a little move one. Okay. So, and I need a gearbox here, of course. There it is. Actually, I think this is an interesting opportunity for me to test the parallel gearbox because I didn't really understand how it works. Like, gearbox. The setup's simple, but currently impossible. Parallel gearbox encapsulates this into a block. Interesting? But it is probably something that doesn't require such precision. So let's take it slow. Let's get the gearbox over here. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, okay, so this is working. Let's get a bunch of seeds and a bit of wheat in our inventory. If we do this, oops, this should work, kinda. So the splits didn't happen. Uh, let's try to do a forced split instead. Let's see if it's gonna force the split now. Still didn't. Let's get back to the behaviors of the breath funnel so we can better understand them. Not really what we're looking for. I'm wondering if I messed something up over here. Let's try round robin, even though I'm pretty certain that's not what we're looking for. Why are you not splitting? Is it because you're not a full stack, maybe? Oh yeah, I should probably put a funnel in here. Boop. Let's try this again. Like, why it's not splitting? It's really bugging me. I don't understand. Like, this is already a funnel. I'm pretty certain I don't need another funnel here to force the splits. Do I? No, no, yeah, I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't need that. Let me take off the filter and see if without the filter something's gonna change. Okay, so with the filter, without the filter, it did splits. So let's do a forced split. Okay, now let's try the item list, the list filter. This is supposed to be a deny list. Let's try an attributes filter instead. Let's get a bit more complex with it. So, if it is the word wheat, no, because that's gonna conflict. If it is tagged crops wheat, we're gonna add to the attribute list. And we're gonna deny it. So if it is tagged crop wheat, we should deny it. The items pass if they do not have any of the selected attributes. Yes, I think I did this correctly. Let me get F3H real quick so I can check the tags. Can I see the tags? I can't. But I should be able to try this again real quick. It's really bugging me. Why is it not doing the splits? This is really bugging me, chats. I do not understand why. This is why I'm not a mathematician, logistics person, something like that. So I'm not good with logic or math. Uh, Maybe we add. Let's try adding another funnel just to see if anything changes. Let's do a forced split. Thirty-two. Okay, so that seemed to fix the issue. I really don't know why, but okay, we ball. Now, will this work? Well, crap. Uh, hmm. Like, let's say that only wheats can go through this, but wheat's also allowed to go through that, so how is this gonna work? Chat, I think that I like to overcomplicate things. Like, are you kidding me that this was the solution? I think I love to overcomplicate things. Sensei, I did this as you sent your message, but I want to thank you anyways. I think I love to complicate things. I must have an issue with trying to do the basics. Okay. No, let's try this again. God, I'm embarrassed. So is the wheat gonna split? It will. Okay, so never mind. That was not quite the solution then. Scrap. Scrap that, so... Will this work? Nope. Round robin maybe? No. Just do a regular split, see if that changes anything. Maybe I do... Like, there's gotta be something I'm messing up over here. And I don't know what. There really gotta be something I'm messing up over here, and I don't know what. Yeah, you can use them to cover... Multi-valley exits... Like, I guess what we can try is to do another belt line over here. Game will give me a chef's, that is. Then I can put the one over there. And we should be able to take it all the way over here. That way, what we can do is that the split's gonna happen here. Something along those lines. And then... Only wheats can go over here. And that would force the splits. However, it doesn't quite fix the issue. It's a close to the solution, but it doesn't quite fix the issue. Thank you for the hydration. There's probably a much easier way to do this than what I'm doing right now. But I'm having fun. Bashing my head against the wall is like my favorite activity ever. You know? See, this fixes it, but... So, like... Let's try just doing something as simple as doing this. Like... Are you gonna split, or are you gonna... Yep, yep, yep. I think that, yeah, that might be it. That might be it. That might be it. No. Sir, I want the filter to just be seeds here, thank you very much. And seeds just over here, thank you very much. So let's see if that will fix the issue. Ain't this thing annoying me? I promise I'm having fun, chats. I just love to get mildly frustrated at machinery. That's not it either. Man, I thought I had it for a second. I thought I had it for a second. Let's try the knife list over there and see if anything happens. I don't understand. I really don't, chat. I guess we'll just have to overcomplicate this, since what's supposed to be the easiest solution is not working. Again, there's gotta be a better way to do this out there somewhere. Peeking in to say hi and being consumed by Half-Life but the VR by SFR and comics again. Hi Ember, I hope you enjoy HLVRAI. I didn't even know fan comics were a thing, but yeah, that makes sense. Cool flags? Yeah, these are my flags. You know. The flags ever. Chat, anybody got any better ideas on how we should tackle this issue? Anybody got any ideas, any suggestions for the good Suno? I think, which can be a dangerous thing. When I start thinking, people start to shiver in their timbers because it means something devious is cooking. Why am I talking about? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. Give me the belch. then over here as well, so I can keep moving. Alright. Hopper? Have you tried eating it? Uh, explain the hopper idea. Because I'm about to try something. Like, we only allow seeds to go through over here. No, we allow the splits to happen here. But that's... We allow the split to happen here. But still can be funnels here. Then maybe this is what we're looking for. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. Yep, that was the solution. Wow, amazing. That was the solution. I can't believe I spent 20 minutes on this part of the refinery. I feel very smart. Sardinia was right. Gonna have to head out now. Bye, stream. Bye, Gundrop. It was lovely having you. So this is a big amount of plant oil. I don't think we're ever gonna use this much plant oil. Ever. Actually depends, because this machine's probably gonna run faster than it currently is at a later point. Let's try to be realistic in the amounts of stuff we're using right now. Now, the next process of the thing is to do the fermentation of sugarcane and bone meal. Bone meal. Bone meal. I will need a skeleton farm, and that scares me. Because that means I'll have to try to base close to a skeleton farm. Let's suppose I have a basically limitless amounts of sugar, sugar? No, bone meal right now. Let's see, let's see. Let's just assume for a second that I have copious and copious amounts of bone meal in a vault somewhere. I don't know. Let's say I have a pretty big amounts of bone meal somewhere. Yes. I need the fermentation bulk fermenter? That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is for a basin and a basin lid. And I think that if I go over here, there are tutorials from... No, not quite. The lid. I think the lid is the one we use for the fermentation process. Okay. Is that it? Like, where's the fermentation? Like, is this thing over? No other information? No nothing? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Maybe I move this a couple of blocks to the side for funsies. So let's do move 5, pretty please. Yes. No. Oh. Oh. Nope. Nope. Stop. Okay. Let's have a basing over here. Does does the lid need to be open all the time? Is there a way I could automate this? Is there a way I could automate the opening and closing of the lids? Can a deployer interact with the lid thing? Where's my hand crank? Hope cranking it. Okay. So I think I'm gonna need a threshold switch to tell this thing when to open and close the lid. Gonna need a clutch. Gonna need something to power it. And it's probably gonna be these fellas over here. Where's the shaft? Gearbox. Clutch. Threshold switch. Nope. Nope. Okay. Threshold switch. Maybe from this side. Uh. Let's say that when it has. Power off when there are 128 items? Power off when there's 64, maybe, yes. No, it should be other way around, right? Yeah, I think. I'm really bad at this, not gonna lie. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Give me a chain drive. Let's just try to figure out if we can make this thing open and close the lid at any given moment. Why did you stop? Oh, because there's no shaft over here anymore. Wait, can things go in the lid as it is closed? Stop. Give me the sugarcane over here. If they can, that's kind of unnecessary. Okay, they can go in the lid when they're closed. So ignore whatever I was just doing. Whatever I was just doing here doesn't need to be done anymore. Whatever. Okay, bro. I swear to God. Let's get a lid. I want the bone meal to be brought here. Oh, congratulations, Fairness. I didn't even hear the petting sound. Congratulations on petting the cat. I'm so logged in over here that I didn't even notice the sound go off. Like, I don't want this thing releasing a huge amount of bone meal all the time. How can I make so this guy releases just a little bit of bone meal? That's very weird way to put it, but that's okay. Is there a redstone link? I feel like it's gonna be with redstone link that we're gonna be able to do it. Mm, yeah, so let's say is this where's the reading side? I want you to read off this. I want you to filter for bone meal. When there is I want you to power off when there are less than 16. No, less than 32 items. Then let's say I want you to be bone meal and a orange terracotta, glazed terracotta. Frequency 1 bone meal, frequency 2, frequency 1 bone meal, frequency 2. Maybe I want you to power on. How do I make it so? Yeah, maybe we do power on, actually. How do I... Which one's gonna be the receiver? Oh, frick. Misclick. Oops, okay. Power on when there is... I don't know, something like this? Crushing seeds makes bones? What do you mean crushing seeds makes makes bones? What does that even mean? What does that mean? Sensei, what are you on about? Wait, how do I make this an output? The... Of course, I forgot. This thing's not moving. Of course it's not gonna release any components. Yeah, actually, do you mean composting? Like crushing seeds? Yo! Sensei low-key onto something, we could make bone meal. Could make bone meal farm from composters. This is not good. I think that was not a good idea. Like, maybe I had good intentions with this, but I can't quite tell what exactly those are. Stop! Stop! Wait, invert the signal. Jesus Christ. I deposited all that for nothing. No, I'm not doing that, cause I need to think of what's a good bone meal farm on creates. I never done with none of those before, you know? That makes any sense. Can you stop? Give me a lever. Give me a lever. Okay. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. So I am kinda in the correct direction. Maybe we need smart. There's a smart observer. I think a smart observer might be something we need. Smart observers can be used to detect a variety of events. It can detect items or fluids inside of generic containers. I have an idea. I have an idea. Kinda. First, let's regulate how much bone meal can leave at any given moment. Anytime the smart observer detects that sugar cane's coming out, we are gonna tell this thing over here to we're gonna tell this thing to release up to 8 bone meal. This thing is already producing ethanol, which is cool. I can be smart sometimes, chat. I can be smart sometimes. Visually, we can see that it's not releasing anything. Is there such thing as a switch? No, that's the only switch. Switzerland? Why is there? Hold on, isn't this some sort of copyright infringement? Don't tell me there's an Xbox. Okay, there's no. Is there a PlayStation? There's no PlayStation. Deco Pop? Oh my god, there's. Who? I don't recognize not even half of these names. Who are these people? Who are these people? Who are these people? Are these like YouTubers? Who are these people? Are these Patreon support? Oh, they're Patreon supporters. Okay. I'm legally blind. I cannot read. That's so cool though. Funko Pops of Patreon supporters in their mod. Well, that's funny. Plungers? Bro, is there anything they haven't modeled for this thing? Hi, some guy. We're making ethanol. Do you wanna get drunk? Don't drink ethanol. It's gonna absolutely frick your eyes if you do so. Strength is unclear. I'm on fire. You know what? It's fair. It's fair. So I think this is as simple as getting a redstone torch that always keeps this thing activated. Right? So we can take this off. And whenever the smart fella over here gets a signal, it releases up to 3 bone meal. Let's see if this works. If this works, I am a genius. And my genius needs to be studied. Let's see. Okay, so as it turns out, I was wrong. I was I was I was wrong. I am not a genius yet. Oh, it's not giving the signal. Wait. Now things should work. Wait. What if it gives the signal directly to... Oh shoot. No. Wait. Oh my god. Stop. Not this again. Not this again. Okay. We're alive. Fair points. I've merely elevated my consciousness, elevated the temperature levels, but my consciousness as well. That's fair. I mean, it is producing the ethanol, which is pretty good. Okay, so right idea, wrong intention? Question mark. Okay, now it should work. So I'm gonna explain what I'm doing in a second if you're interested. I'm gonna explain what I'm doing in a second. It works. Okay, it works. It works. We did it. It released up to 3 bone meal. Maybe a bit more even. We can probably reduce that amount to... Yeah, something along that. So, some guy, what we're trying to do over here is to produce biodiesel. I'm trying to figure out a biodiesel uh, refinery setup. Why are you trying to do biofuel, you might be wondering? Oh, I'm glad you asked. And if you didn't, that's too bad. I'm explaining it anyway. The second I discovered that the mod pack I'm gonna be playing has diesel generators, I got obsessed with the idea of making every machinery that I have run on diesel. Specifically biodiesel. Why biodiesel, you might be asking? Because Brazil is one of the biggest producers of biodiesel in the world. We produce huge heaps and amounts of biodiesel countrywide. And with it's as a good Brazilian, someone that loves my country, I need to represent my country in every single way possible. Uh, I mean, Brazil is one of the biggest producers, but it's not the biggest. The biggest is actually the United States, I'm pretty certain. If I said that Brazil was the biggest. We're one of the biggest producers of biodiesel in the world. Where Brazil, I'm pretty certain, is the second biggest producer of biodiesel in the world. So let's reset the machine over here. So what happens over here is we have the sugarcane over here, and we have wheat over here. The wheat gets collected and goes that way, and the seeds of the wheat go this way to get crushed in this basin. And from this basin, it produces plant oil. So then what happens is the sugarcane comes from over here down this lane, and every time it's over here, it triggers to release bone meal, and the combined production of bone meal and sugarcane produces ethanol, which think we should be able to move. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. I think something like this. Yes. We're gonna start extracting the ethanol into this big contraption over here. Yes, some guy? Anything bugging you? Whoa, 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 whoa. So we're gonna go back to the mechanical pump over here. Fascinated by the machinery, yearning for the factory as one does. Right? Also, look at my flags. Hashtag my flags. Aren't they cool? Very cool to learn about. Yeah. And earlier I also gave a little lesson as into the differences between biodiesel and regular diesel. Your your glags flex. Look, I would take saying glags over not typing the L any other day, some guy. Any day. Any day. Repeatable lesson perhaps? So the difference between diesel and biodiesel is not only the way they are produced, but the way they are burned also changes. To produce diesel, you have to extract crude oil from the underground, like from like all the way down there. It's going all the way. You can't even see the bottom. And it's gonna go in this funny thing called a distillery. With enough heat, let me get a blaze cake over here. With enough heat, you're gonna see that the distillery is turning the crude oil into diesel and into gasoline. The difference between the diesel and the gasoline is how much they burned. So basically, the diesel is less distilled than the gasoline, as in it spent less time burning, so it's more sticky, it's more crude, and it burns a lot more. It burns a lot more. So that's why your average car cannot run on diesel. If you get a regular engine and you put diesel in it, you're gonna explode your engine because diesel has a much more explosive octane reaction compared to gasoline. So because we're in Minecraft, uh, there is no real pollution, but the distilleries and refineries and crude oil processing machineries and the refineries itself that produce and extract the crude oil produce a lot of CO2 gases that damage the atmosphere, damage the environment. No good deal, no good things. I'm not gonna say that biodiesel is perfect, but at least it is way less pollutant than diesel when it comes to being produced. Because you produce biodiesel out of plant extract. You extract the biomass of the plants and transform that into diesel, into biodiesel. Given it is slightly weaker reaction-wise than diesel, but it comes at the bonus of you're polluting less. It's less pollution, exactly. And that's the difference between diesel and biodiesel. It's the process of production, how much they pollute, and that's why you need to put gasoline in your car and not diesel. That's why trucks use diesel. That's why trains use diesel because it is a very, very, very more, a lot more explosive reaction. And that's the lesson. That's the lesson for you. And over here, you can see that we produced quite a bit of ethanol. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have both farms run for a little bit, and we're gonna see how much ethanol, biodiesel we can produce in this time frame that we have. You're gonna see that as the sugarcane comes over here, this smart observer is gonna notice that and tell this big valve over here to release bone meal. You're gonna see boop. See, released up to 2 bone meal. Pretty cool, right? Pretty nice. And over here, this is where the fermentation process of the bone meal and sugarcane happen to produce the ethanol. Because that's how you get ethanol in real life. Biomass. Sugarcane is biomass. I noticed there's a small issue with this one. I forgot to glue uh this thing to the contraption. So now it should work. Oh, oh, wait, no, wait, uh, wait, stop, stop. You're gonna see that, like, they're being distributed in a pretty weird way. That's probably why I should get one of these for you over here. All of the wheat byproducts goes into this. And I'm trying to remember, how do I feed stuff back into storage units? Need to remember. Because I don't want to mess this up again. Cannot be inserted items. Okay, let's see if this will work. I'm not too certain. I really hope it does. So let's see if the distribution is working. Right now, this could be a dangerous gambit. Ideally speaking, I should make so something is still planting behind here, but that's something we'll have to see in a little bit. Okay, yeah. No, big no-no. But as you can see over here, plant oil is being produced. The press crushes the seeds into plant oil. Right now we have a pretty equal amount of plant oil and ethanol, because it is pretty slow right now, you know. Uh, let's stop the machine so I can figure out a fix for this meanwhile. Because I don't want all of the seeds to be put out of this thing. I don't want all of the seeds to be put out of this. Theoretically speaking, would this work? I don't know if this would work actually. Thinking. Thinking. I'm the thinker, chat. I'm thinking over here. If I give this a redstone signal, will it stop? Let's try to do another smart observer trick with this premise in mind. If it sees any seeds in the thing, it will give a signal for this thing to stop. I don't know how this would work though. Not quite what I want to do. Okay. Is there a way I could lock this? So my idea, I'm really bugged about this. I'm really bugged about this. Let me see if there's a solution online for this issue. Let's watch the machine running in the meanwhile. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So satisfying. It is very satisfying. It is very nice to look at. Mock-up idea. What about a smart shoot? Well, not what I meant to do. Smart shoots. Thinking. Can I be as smart as the smart shoots? Is the smart shoot smart because it is smart, or is the smart shoot smart because it is a shoot? These are the real questions they don't want you making. These are the real questions they don't want you to make. There's no really a solution line, which is interesting. Set up two stationary portable storage units, one for extracting logs, uh, one for saplings, and one to reload some saplings. So basically what I've been doing, or what I've been trying to do, if you give the deployers like a stack of saplings each, or just assure that the deployers have saplings after all the trees are planted, because each deployer has its own inventory of a stack, which can be picked up. Yeah, I'm not using any deployers right now, so... Maybe the second assembly line idea would be the best idea. Congratulations, Fairness, on petting the cats 111 times. 111. Villager auto crafting and auto use and auto crank in for the sweatshop of the... Someone makes a create mod in which you just put villagers in a sweatshop. Just imagine, that would be horrible. That would be... Why would someone even... Why would someone make a mod like that? Are you able to go back just a little bit? Like if I put you over here and you start rotating, will you interact with both of them? It does. Okay, it does. So this might be what we've been looking for. How did they do that thing in which they fed back into it? So this theoretically would be giving even less. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Seed goes in here. Hear me out. Seed goes in here. Uh, Shaft goes over here. Then I think the angle would be this angle. Yes, the angle would be this angle. That's a bit messed up. But maybe that's what we can do. Not quite, though. Wow. So close yet so far, chat. So close yet so far. Like, I feel like we're going somewhere with this. I don't know where we're going with this. I never know where we're going with things. Sure hope I would know where we're going with things. Okay, would this work? I don't think it would, right? Yeah. No, why wouldn't this work? This is really fun to mess up with. The assembly lines are so cool. Mm, but this is bad. No. No, no, no. This is not what we want. So, I think we want it to be one backwards. Like so. Then we want to move this one backwards again. Take this off. How high we can go again? As much as our hearts desire. That's a lie. Trying to place these blocks. They're not working in my favor, really. Okay, now this might work. Alright, so... Still not quite. Wait. No, this is not where I meant to go. I meant to go one lower. I'm making this more complicated than it probably needs to be, but that's okay. That's alright. So, will things fall into that? So, if I drop some seeds over here, will they go into the hopper? They would go into the hopper. Now, if I turn this on, they are going back in here. Okay. Let us stop. Let us stop. Now we need to find a way to make so they get distributed on the side over here. Which is gonna be the tricky part. Like, can we use a funnel for that? Can we use a funnel? I think we can, right? What would happen if we did this? They go straight ahead, they ignore the splitting feature. Feature. Ignoring the feature. let's take another approach. This is gonna look very goofy. This is gonna be very bad. But if it works, you know? So this might even remove the necessity of this funnel over here. However, this one might need to stay. Not too sure yet. How do we even power this? Can I put a gearbox in the middle, or is that gonna break everything? Gearbox is not going on the way would like it to go. Infinite loop, basically. How does a cross connector work? Still not quite what I'm looking for. I messed this up. I feel like this is challenging a lot of parts of my brain right now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's certainly a thing. There's 100% a more efficient way to do this out there, I just cannot be bothered. Definitely removing this one. Removing that one. Somehow this works. Somehow this works. Somehow this works. So we're now gonna reassemble everything, but we keep these. We get the little belts, and then we go all the way here. Okay. Let me take you off. Let me take you off. Let me take you off. Take you off. Okay, maybe you I will need to keep. You. And you. No, never mind. So yeah, expected. How'd they get the current to go this way now? What song is this? Oh, Lightholic. I think we should go back to the lo-fi after this one. Ba, ba, ba. Who cares? It's gonna be alright. It's not gonna be alright. No, my goodness, this is horrible. Chad, there's gotta be a way I can make this a little bit more compact, right? Like, there's gotta be a way. Can I do with chain drives? Like, can I just do a couple of fellas like this? Never mind, these... Never mind. Forget anything ever. I kind of want my machinery to look pretty. I don't want it to look like this. Look, I know it's 5 minutes, but Tito songs are a vibe, okay? Or 5 songs. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, time to go back to lo-fi. Pa 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 pa. Is this not what messes with the sound of crate blocks? Interesting. Would this make the split? Would this make the split? Wait, I forgot to power this thing. What? What? Whoa. I'm not complaining, that's fair. Okay, would this make the split? That would in fact not make the splits. Oh. Wait, wait, what? What? Wait, what? What? Wait, it kind of worked. Wait. Script. This is not efficient at all, chat. I'm so sorry that we've been stuck here for hours. I'm so sorry that we've been stuck at this stupid machinery for hours. I thought I had found a solution. Turns out I didn't. I guess we're gonna have to make the machinery look kinda ugly, I suppose. Just cause I wanted my gears to look nice. I guess. So we do this. This guy goes over here. Then we do one. No, we do one. Bro, thank you. Do another one. That's a lot of. That's a lot of these guys. Then we do another one? Ain't no way that's right. Yeah, as it turns out, that was in fact not right. That's so inefficient, chat. That's stupidly inefficient. Like someone out there is like shivering in their timbers because I did this. I'm still not satisfied with this. Where is it? Where's the launch pad? I know that it is a default thing. Weighted ejector. You. Please be my savior. If this works, if it was that easy, I'm gonna just die. Famous last words. It can't be that easy. It was in fact that easy. It was in fact that easy. You wanna see this? It was in fact that easy. I hate my life so much. I guess I really love overcomplicating things, don't I? I love making things unnecessarily complicated. So much. They call me the overthinker. They call me the overthinker. That seems like a good spot, I guess. Ah. Oh, I guess we let them run now? I guess. I guess we let them run now. Alright, this is gonna be a little messed up for a while. Am I overthinking things again? Am I overthinking things again? Or do they always have... I need to monitor this thing. I need to monitor this thing. I think I just spent an entire hour trying to fix an issue that doesn't exist. I think that's literally what just happened. I think I spent an entire hour trying to fix an issue that doesn't exist. Let us monitor this for a little bit. Okay, so it's gonna deposit all of the... Alright. Chat, I can't be that dumb, right? I can't be that much of an overthinker. No, it can't be. I spent the past hour trying to fix an issue that doesn't exist. I spent the past hour trying to fix an issue that doesn't exist. I spent the past hour trying to fix an issue that doesn't exist. So, chat, what I was trying to do is, I thought that because the machine was depositing the seeds, the farm wouldn't have any seeds to replant the crops. But I'll have you notice, dear viewer, no seeds, no nothing. It automatically plants it back. It automatically uses the seed. I spent an entire hour trying to fix an issue that it doesn't exist anywhere except for my head. Let's see it again. Let's take another look. See, let's look. There are seeds. All right. So no seeds. No seeds no more. No seeds no more. What's that? It replanted. What the hell is wrong with me? What the hell is wrong with me? It was a very boring island hour. But it was a very boring hour because I'm a dumbass. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Big time. Big time dumb. Positive feeling hour? Sure. Whatever. I'm not coping, you were coping. I am a very smart individual that can't be trusted with machinery. Term. Let's look out again. There's no term. How do I check how many stuff, how many things are in here? Uh, Thank you for the hydration, Sensei. Yeah, okay, I already knew that. But I want to know how to see how many things are in here. Gatuno should be in charge of all the machinery. Gatuno is very stupid. It should not be trusted with any machinery. Period. Oh, this is producing a big time amount of ethanol. Damn, okay. I think we need more basins. I think we need more basins. We can fit a few more basins in here, pretty certain. If we do the correct setup. Holding the Gatunos ain't. Come on, gang. Come on, gang. Come on. You know me. You know me. I wouldn't be spilling. A lot of spilling going on. You know me, chats. I am perfectly fine. Look, there again, there is a reason I am a historian and not an engineer. There is a reason I am a historian and not an engineer. You've seen, you've seen precisely why. How does this look like? How would this look like? Ooh, yo, I like the look of that. That's cool. Gitsune is not stupid. Gitsune is with arts. Gitsune is learning and is less experienced in machinery, but Gitsune is not stupid at all. Thank you, Sensei. I guess I have to accept the compliments. I suppose I have no other option. I guess I have to take the compliments. You're seconding the state above. Is there anything inside this? Lost resources that we can save for later. Sensei is too nice, chat. Sensei is very kind. Let's say it's distributing up to 8. God damn it. Sensei is so freaking nice and cool and genuine and very appreciated. True. So true. Preach, Fenris. Say it louder for the people in the back. Should we triple the rate of production of the plant oil as well? Like we did it with the ethanol. I think it's just fair we do it with the, you know, plant soil. But then again, the plant soil is really reliant on how fast the sugarcane can grow. So I think for now this should be good. Like I'm assuming I'm not sure how much this will produce. I just know it's gonna produce something, you know? This will look nicer in the end. Right now this is all very rough. So how about we move to the last step of the process, which is to make the biodiesel. Oh my god. Hi Teddy. For, it wasn't Fenris. Hi Teddy, how you doing? Congratulations on petting that cat. Rest in peace, they got ads just when it happened. Exactly 3, let's say. I don't know how bad this will affect the machinery. But you know, we gotta try. The signal goes on for too long, so maybe we give it a one one less signal, like a delay. Maybe I think this is too much too. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. I don't know. I don't know if the delay is gonna help with something. Teddy, if you're out of ads, congrats on petting the cat. How much will this do? You're out. Congrats. Congrats on petting the cat. You did it. Giving you, giving you, giving you good head scratches or something like that. Even though I am the one who probably likes those. Chat, y'all are gonna call me crazy. I think I want to move this entire system one block to the side. One block to the side. One block to the side. No, no, no. Wait, wait, wait. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I am a trained professional. Or at least I like to think I am. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from over here, which we're gonna copy from this block from the floor, and we're gonna go all the way back here to right around here, and we're gonna do a big tower up. We're gonna do the set position, and if everything goes right, I mean, it kind of works, yes. Yeah, that works. Yeah, zone your bout's cool. That looks nice. Okay. So the reason I did this is literally because the symmetry was throwing me off. I literally just wanted to do a different symmetry. There was literally no other reason. Rich so yeah, it's rich. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to playing later. Let's assume right now that I don't have access to rich soil for the time being. Uh, should probably move one back. Then I'm gonna do one over here. Oops. Then I'm gonna do one over here. Oh, no, never mind. One over here, one over here. Then we're gonna do one back, and that breaks the entire system. Oops. Oops. We're fine. We're fine. Everything is still working out. I hope. Literally just because I wanted to move one backwards. You can't make this up. Call me the most indecisive man ever. Realistically speaking, I could move this a couple of blocks backwards, maybe right around over here. So let's do that just to look nice. Then would come from over here. Get a shaft. Slowly but surely, we're making the system nicer. That's pretty cool to think about. Oops. Not 21. True. Okay. Okay. This is so we can also increase the rates with which we smash the seeds. Assuming we're gonna have a lot of seeds in the future, that is. Even then, it's very cool to think about. One over here, one over here. We spare a couple of them. Oh yeah, I need to fix this one. They all produce ethanol. That should be it. Okay. Start the farm. Start the farm. What? Oh, I think the glue broke. Yeah, the glue must have broken. Let me get a creative motor as well in a second. Broke all of the glue because of this thing. Me and my machinations. Me and my endeavors. Then we do it this way. Stepped on soil. Didn't mean to do that. Now we're talking. My machinations. How much? Oh, that's 32. Damn, how much is this gonna release? Quite a bit, probably. 12,000, 13,000. So they're producing at about an even rate. Which is pretty cool. However, can I... Yes. Oh, no, no, no. Where do you think you're going? You're going this way. Although I forgot to make it work, but that's okay. Uh, well, that didn't go as planned. Oh, shoot, it's going the other way. Damn, I messed up. Oh, wait, stop the machinery. I messed up. I messed up again. I love messing up. It is my it is my favorite activity. Oh, this should be fine, right? This should be fine. Know what I meant to do. And shake. My favorite activities including being bad at things or around sucking and messing up. Very profitable business. Some guy, you're lucky that I'm feeling merciful today. Cause you just left a devious possibility with the message. You're lucky that I'm feeling merciful today. Awesome guy, you're awesome guy. You're good at sucking. That's crazy. See, lost the mercy. My bad. You make a profit out of sucking? That's crazy. Whoa, new follower? Razor not right. Thank you so much for the follow. How you doing? Let me pause my game real quick. There goes it's you lost to your one shot at mercy, okay, fella? You lost your one shot at mercy. Hello Razor. How you doing? How did you get here? How did you find my channel? Oh, you see me in pie chats. Oh yeah, I do quite enjoy watching some pie streams sometimes. And by sometimes I mean literally every single one of them. Except that it's not always that I'm yippity yapping. Most of the times I'm just lurking, you know, as one does. But it's pretty cool. Pai is a lovely person and streamer. I think that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Away you go. Yo, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. That puts us 3 followers away from 400. Ain't that crazy, guys? Ain't that crazy? I think that's pretty crazy. Ain't that crazy? I think that's pretty crazy. That was a really good timing. That was really funny timing. Alright, so let's see. Whoa, this one's producing 14k, 17k. Uh, some sugarcane sitting in the lids, not being processed. Assemble the machinery. Oh, okay. Never recovering from that. Look, some guy, I think that's one of the tamest ones I've done. I've done worse. Oh, is there no way I can extract these? Frick. That sucks. Oh, that is okay. We can just fix the issue by doing this. Yeah, look at that. Off we go. Yeah, the machinery is going pretty well. Look at it. It looks so cool, doesn't it? I love how this looks. Imagine how much cooler it will look when it's inside a factory. I'm taking ages to do this, but that's because I'm having fun. And that's what matters at the end of the day. If you want if you want to do this, you have to be having you need to be having fun. If you're not having fun, then what's the point of doing it? Very exciting, right? Right? It's pretty exciting. It's nearly 3 hours again. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a fluid valve? And what's a fluid? Smart fluid, okay. Smart can fluid controls by fluid type. And placed directly at the source, they can specify the type of fluid to extract. Right click to desire, blah blah blah. When placed further down the pipe, and it works for only matching fluid pipes to continue. Okay. Alright, so what about the fluid valve? Control propagating through pipe networks. Shaft inputs where the fluid is currently allowed through. Oh. Okay. That's so cool. So you can like, oh, thank you for the posture check, Albie. I love when Creates gives you the option to be more in control of the machine. I think it's really cool to be able to pull stuff like this off, where I can just do motions with a valve and they will stop working. And it's so cool. I love it. How you doing, LB? Now let's get to the last step of the process, which is to process all of this into the biodiesel. Ain't that crazy, chats? It only took us quite a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. You know? Shit, I need to do this with shift, okay. Last step of the process. Who's excited for it? We have a low energy, LB. That's okay. I hope you can recover your energies and take care of yourself, of course. Can sleep though, not EP. I see. I see. You get here just in time to watch us make the fuel. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Right, so how am I gonna power this? How are we gonna power this? Probably with cogs, so... Holding the LB gently, as one should do. There's gotta be a better way to do this, but I don't care. I mean, I care a little bit. But you know, right now, I don't care. I don't care. Whoa, look at all these cogs turning together. That is not how cogs are supposed to work. My brain is kind of mushy right now. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Okay, maybe I want a separate power units over here so I can decide whenever I want to turn the machine on and off, you know? This is not gonna be possible over there. Okay. Perhaps it is time for Eepers? For who? For you? Are you gonna go Eepers? If anybody needs to go, just leave. You can. Fun fact. Me? Me? I don't know. I don't know if I need to sleep. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So what do you mean I need to sleep? Whoa. Hitting the Gatsuna with Betty Bye. Whoa. That's kinda... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It is bedtime, in fact. So I just want to finish this before going to bed, if that's allowed. Okay, chat? I promise I'll take care of myself. I promise you, my dear friends, that I will be taking care of myself. Okay, so I really want... Can I do bottom line over here? Yes, I can. That's pretty cool. You're freaking being nice, buddy. What? What did I even do? What did I even do? You people are so dramatic. Jesus. What did I even do? I just don't want to go to bed right now, you know? Maybe I want to go to bed in a little bit, but not right now. It would be pretty funny if I used the diesel engine to power this entire facility. Theoretically, it could. I don't know if it would be the most fuel efficient way or cost efficient way or whatever efficient way. Okay, so now we'll get the cogs. Actually, we need a big cog for the one. This one. This one. This one. Uh, I don't like how this looks though. Wait. I do not like how this looks. So let's get a smart fluid. Uh, smart fluid thingy. I think it can go over here. Yes. Let me turn this off. Get out of here. Let me reverse this. What time do you need to wake up tomorrow? I don't have a time to wake up tomorrow. And I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. I don't have a wake up time. I don't work in the morning. I don't have any obligations in the morning. So yeah, no wake up time for me. Let's send the fluids back their respective ways. You can squint at me all you want. I'm telling the truth. I'm being dead ass over here. I don't have anything to do in the morning. I've never been this honest in my entire life. This Honest, not dishonest, okay? What the hell? That was interesting. Okay. So the machinery is a little bit funky right now. So let's brute force this into the site to work, I guess. Suddenly, everything about the machinery is being funky. Exactly, some guy. Is this thing working? Why is the plant oil one not working? Oh, it is working, okay. Never mind. Goodbye, sensei. Let's wait for this to drain so I can get another shot at this. Ethanol is being drained first, and then the plant oil starts being drained. They have to wake up until around 8 a.m. Semi-early, so I go to bed now. Oh, goodbye. Have a good night. You can tell that my brain's a little bit all over the place right now. Oh gee, I wonder why. Thinking. Okay, so yeah, yeah, okay. I'm trying to figure out how I want to power this. Because with an engine like that, it would be pretty boring. So I'm wondering if I could borrow energy all the way from back there in order to bring it here. Congratulations, Fenris, on petting that cat. At this point, I don't think any of us are surprised with the fact that you did it again. But congratulations. Number one, cat's better. Can we put a smart fluid pipe here? It would look pretty bad, so we can put it here. Then comes the pump. Where's the pump? I can just copy the pump from behind me. Okay. Yeah, that's not working. So That looks nice-ish, right? Let me get rid of you. Let's get a couple of pipes. And that's the end of the assembly line. It's gonna be over here with a big tank. A big tank compared to the rest. I'm gonna pass out soon, so I'm gonna dip. Good night, Stuno and chat. Good night, Fenris. Thanks so much for stopping by. Okay, this is really the last step I'm gonna take, and then I'm actually ending stream, leaving all of that jazz. Cause like, let's suppose machinery is being fed from something all the way back here, or it could be being fed by something all the way on the side over here. So let's just say running few shafts over here. There's a gearbox somewhere along the lines. Like, I really don't know where this machinery is gonna be powered from. I still haven't decided that yet. It's gonna look pretty nice at the end, though. Let's say the machinery is being powered from the side over here. Goes underneath the plant's oil tank. Then it comes, ooh, all the way to this gear over here. Uh, then let's get a motor to simulate that's what's feeding the stuff. Then we get a gear over here. Oops, vertical gear. Where's the regular vertical gear? There we go. Uh, there is a speed requirement to make biodiesel. I think? Or is it a necessary speed for the mixers to run per— it's the mixers. They have a base speed they need to follow. Okay. Let's say they're all spinning at that velocity. Gonna get some andesite. Actually, we could get a 6-way. Vertical gearbox. Kinda. Then we get a chain. Okay, chain wheel cog. Cog wheel chain. Chain cog wheel. Wheel chug pop up. No, that doesn't work. I mean, I mean, I could just do this instead. Give me my wrench. Where's my wrench? Let me just make sure everything over here is powered. Nope. Apparently not. Let's get a shaft. Let's get a gearbox. Like so. 1, 2, 3. And the fuel we wanna pump into this is biodiesel. So just to make sure, only biodiesel can flow through this. Could this be a fluid valve? Not quite. So instead... Wait, I think I want to put this in the ground to look a bit more professional. Like, not have the machinery just out and about, you know? So some cogs over here. Even one more, because I want to do a little change. Get that thing over there. Alright, so now I can copy this guy, move it forward, get this fella over here. I kinda liked how it looked before. Can I replicate that? There we go. Let's get a valve, a red valve, just for fun. Fluid passage is allowed, fluid passage is denied right now. So, theoretically speaking, gearbox here, gearbox here, get a cog, put it over there, put it over there. Oh, oh no, oh no, oh, this is not good. What happened? Why did that happen? How and why did that happen? How and why did that happen? Why is this happening, though? Um, any insights this thing could give me? Not quite, not quite. Is it fluid pipes? Maybe? No, definitely isn't. Limoncello chamomile. That's nice. Yeah, but why is it doing that though? Like, cool, we did the biodiesel, but like, how do I extract the biodiesel? That's messed up. Cut the power. Uh, I don't really like tea, now that I think about it. I never really liked tea. Wait, can I... If I try to... Okay, that worked. Tea's alright, but water's the stuff. Water's the stuff, right? Water is the stuff. Okay, now the machinery didn't completely explode in our faces, which is good. Now, if we allow the extraction through the valve, we have our first biodiesel. Ain't that so cool, chat? Ain't that the coolest thing ever? Why is this thing not working? Okay. Because it's not working. What was that achievement? I didn't even see that. So only the first basing is working. Is this a cake maker? Close enough. Do you wanna try my biodiesel? People say my biodiesel is pretty good. Bro, this thing's annoying me. Uh, only biodiesel, please. Please, only come true if you're biodiesel. Do not come true if you're anything else. Do not come true if you're anything else other than biodiesel. I don't wanna hear it. The Gatsunim C, the C stands for cake. I mean, I am the son of a baker. I know how to bake delicious cakes. I'll let you know that. I'll tell you that much. I know how to make a good cake. So if we don't want anything to go through, we can just do that. If I want to stop the machinery, I can just add a clutch over here. Flip the switch. Alright, that's our functional biodiesel farm. Biodiesel generator farm. I mean, I guess you can call it a farm. Technically speaking, if you look at that parts of the farm. It looks pretty nice. So let's take a look again at the process. Why are you clogging over here? Oh, it's filled to the brim with bone meal, but no sugar cane. Yeah, about that. Should probably do a little cleaning of the system. Yeah, definitely doing a cleaning of the system. So let me make so this thing releases exactly one, and it has a tick of two. So let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sure, okay. How much is this carrying? 5. Let's see if we know Katsuno baking string. I'll be I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. I've done a grand total of 2 IRL baking strings before. Both of them were with Saber in my apartment when I was in college. The VODs are up in my my VODs channel. It would be this would make me the third baking string. The baking string you got to watch was amazing. Thank you, some guy. Thank you. It was one of the experiences of all times. So that fella receives almost nothing. One day, that day might be at the end of the year because little secrets over here. I might go visit Saber at the end of the year, so you know. And it's basically a tradition that whenever we see each other, we need to do a baking string together. You know what I'm saying? So maybe sooner than expected. Maybe sooner than expected. So much biodiesel. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, this looks nice. It's probably not the most efficient farm out there, but it's my farm, and that's what matters. Am I right, fellas? Am I right or am I right? Am I right? Let me check some rich soil real quick. Okay, all right. What's that? Marm. Marm. All right. Let's recapitulate. Let's do a last minute check of everything that we've done today. It took me 3 hours to come up with this. I am ashamed and satisfied. This is our biodiesel farm or biodiesel refinery. Sugarcane and wheat get collected. Both go down the assembly line, but the wheat goes that way and the seed goes this way, where it gets distributed into these presses and gets smashed into plant oil. The sugarcane comes down the assembly line into the thing, causing this valve to release sugarcane into these basins to start the fermentation process and make ethanol. All of those combines come together into these basins. I I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean fluids are mixing? Is it that hard to understand that I only want ethanol to go this way? Like, what? Is it so hard to understand, game? You can't be ashamed on account of did better than Albi. No, it's not. Come on, Albi. Don't throw yourself down that way. The Elb is pretty smart. Hold on. Maybe I need to do better pipe management. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Albi has never touched the create mods, your knowledge is zero. That's fair. I love the create mods so much. Okay, there's a lot of ethanol. We don't have a lot of plant oil right now, so let's just try to... Let's give it a little bit, just so the machines can run. Oil is being pumped from beneath. Biodiesel, I mean, oil. Where are we? Industrialists? That looks very nice, chat. I am very proud of how this looks. And that's 60,000. I don't know. What unit? What unit even is that? Albi's not big on mods, but like I probably would enjoy creates because there's a tiny little guy who really likes building me. That's fair. Like creates really incentivizes your creativity, and I'm not exaggerating. It's really good. It really gets you into the whole steampunk machinery vibe. I will probably rearrange this whole setup of camera, but how it is sitting right now satisfies me a lot. Don't think it would change much in there. It's probably a measurements unit they have in Create mod. Uh, millibuckets. So in this container, there are 62 buckets of fuel. It's almost 63 buckets of fuel. That's pretty insane. Theoretically speaking, we could change the wheat farm for potatoes, because potatoes have higher drop rates. But I really like the wheat because it allows us to make bread on the side. Allows us to have some bread. You know, gotta catch that bread. Something along those lines. Well, that was it for today. I'm thoroughly satisfied with how this turned out. Let me take a good screenshot of this, just for funsies. Actually, let me get it from this angle so I don't show all the machinery that I have running in the background. 70 FOV for very good angle. Bam. Oops. Screenshot taken. Now, next string, we just need to find a way to fill out of this. All of this, I mean. Um, Probably make. Oh, never mind. Next string, that's tomorrow. I forgot that's tomorrow. You misread my title really badly. Well, you can always tell me in my DMs what you read first. I think that would be really funny. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now I'll be curious. I don't know, I think Photoshop can get a pass on saying bad words on stream. Get a pass. Gets to like one use only. It's not so bad, that's fair. That's funny. It's really funny. My flags. Hashtag my flags. Wow. Life truly is beautiful. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here. I will be seeing y'all tomorrow for probably another crate stream if I'm being honest. I have been really enjoying uh just mess with crates, just relax, just do these short streams I say as I've been here for the past 3 hours and a half. Just chilling, just figuring out machinery, listening to some calm music. It has been nice. But it would not be as nice if it wasn't for all of you lovely, lovely folk who passed by for a little bit. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. Um, yeah, or today, depending on where you are. Time zones, of course. And that's it. Goodbye.